Hi everyone, welcome to this episode where we'll be discussing a fundamental concept in C#, value types and reference types. Understanding the difference between these two types is a good way for managing data and memory in your applications. So let's get started. First, let's talk about value types. Value types store data directly and are typically stored in the stack. They include primitive data types like int, double, float, long, bool, char, decimal, struct, and enum. Nullable versions of these types also exist, such as int, ? and double ? Although value types are usually stored on the stack, they can be stored in the heap if they're part of a reference type. Imagine you have two separate boxes, each with a copy of the same document inside. If you make a change to the document in the one box, it doesn't affect the document in the other box. This is how value types work. Each variable has its own separate copy of the data. If you change one variable, the others are unaffected because they each have their own individual copies. Now let's discuss reference types. Reference types stores the memory address of the data, meaning that variables share the same data. If you make changes through one variable, these changes will affect all references to that data. Instead of storing the actual data, reference types store a reference to the memory location where the data is held. Common reference types include string, class, and arrays. When you copy a reference type, you're copying the memory address of the data, not the data itself, which means multiple variables can point to the same data. Now imagine you have two people sharing the same single document. If one person makes changes to the document, the other person immediately sees those changes because they're both looking at the same document. This is how reference types work. Instead of each variable holding its own data, they all refer to the same piece of data in memory. If you change the data through one variable, all other variables that reference it will see the change. Thank you for watching this episode on value and reference types in C#. Understanding these concepts is crucial for effective memory management in your applications. Now, in the next video, we'll talk more about variable definition, initialization, and assignment. See you in the next video.